Hello, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining me. It is outstanding to have you. My name is Chris, otherwise known as Wolfie, and we are live once again with Massively Overpowered OPTV, and this is Fellowship. It is going to be an interesting one today, I think. I hope. Um, for those who are not familiar with what this game is, let me just kind of sort of give like a very, very brief rundown. But before I do any of that, I absolutely have got to thank Mike Dot Foster himself for the 54 months of Tier 1 subscription time on a 54-month streak to boot. Thank you so incredibly much. And it is a pleasure and honor to have a gent as yourself along in the chat. Also, thank you so much for hanging out, Deviant Fish, to Bit Dragon, and to Average Teacup. Good to have you all here. And of course, hello to anybody who happens to be lurking. Yeah. So this game is an interesting one. Kind of caught my interest when we first started covering it. It is effectively a multiplayer co-op game where it boils down the MMORPG to just dungeon runs specifically. They call it a massively online dungeon adventure, or a MODA. That's the kind of game that developer Chief Rebel has sort of shorthanded itself as. And it's literally just you come in here, you play some dungeons, you team up with other people, and that's kind of about it. You sort of do a bunch of dungeon runs, and they get progressively harder and harder as you get more and more gear and that sort of thing. So I have played this game a couple of times with the developers of Chief Rebel. So I was very fortunate to actually check out like one of their pre-alpha builds or an alpha build, as well as the beta build that I believe that this demo slash open beta that they are running for Steam is. So I have some slight foreknowledge of what's going on with this game. However, I also haven't really played it outside of, those guided experiences. I was with the developers. I had like some other wonderful folks who were with me. I was part of the press peak. It's just there was some. I don't want to necessarily say. I don't want to necessarily say I was insulated, but at the same time, like you don't really know what this sort of game is going to be like until it's in the hands of the players, and that was kind of my general impression when I wrote about this game uh, after the recent after this recent test that I was a part of. I'll go ahead and bring up that portion. But I was essentially of the mind that like the game has some good bones. It's got some great ideas. It has some really cool designs, but there are some like other design decisions that have me a little worried, and most of those are sort of like not any worries that could be answered or assuaged or otherwise dealt with until this game is in the hands of players. It has an extremely specific like group finding tool. It has DPS bars by default that's as of the time when I first previewed it, you absolutely cannot turn off. Um, and it also has some mechanics, particularly those who are trying to rush upwards in the leaderboards. There are some ways to sort of like give players information on how to like optimize the run through a dungeon. All of those sound fine on paper, but my concern is that all of those also empower the worst kind of gatekeepers that PvE MMORPGs have. But again, that's all presumptive. That is all just a presumption from a hour's worth of time with the developers in like a closed space. We don't know what that's going to be like until this is in the hands of the players, and that's what this open beta is all about. The to that point, I do want to kind of bring up my usual little asterisks. First of all, this is an open beta, so it's obviously not a complete product. It is still a work in progress. Things are going to change. Ideally, they will change and improve for the better, of course. That's the first point. Two, I'm not here to provide final judgment in any shape or form. This is, never mind the fact that this is an incomplete game, incomplete game. Like an hour and a half of stream time is nowhere near long enough to form any sort of first impression, let alone a final judgment. So I'm just gonna kind of react to what I see. Ideally, if any of the developers at Chief Rebel happen to be watching, they'll be able to take notes and kind of like take my input along with whatever other data gathering that they decide to use, or I'll just provide my own input myself directly. And yeah. Anyway, let's go through the tutorial. All right, so it's a matter of now turning my mouse around so I can get a look at these big, giant, creepy eyeballs that all just appeared around me. That's terrifying. Okay, neat. You can move around WASD, spacebar, right mouse. While dragging the mouse, you can turn to face that direction. Okay, yes. All right. Pretty bog standard in terms of controls. Nothing really remarkable. Obviously. I say that, of course, and I go the wrong way, so, you know, there is that to consider. Hiya. So I believe this is the Sword and Shield character or the class that I had played the first 2 times that I was in this game. Got through the tutorial, but didn't do a dungeon, so I'm excited to see that. Hey, right on, BitDragon. Yeah, here's hoping that we have a couple of runs in. Hiya. I say that, and naturally I've already failed the platforming section, so that's good. Hey, thank you so much, Welsh Fox, for the 43 months of Tier 1 subscription with the incredibly deep message of Bork Bork, heck, waddle waddle. Translation, hi, colon 3. Also, I almost nearly forgot, I'm sorry, thank you so much for the Tackle HUD Crasher. Good to see you. Alright, so campsites are checkpoints. If you die in battle, you'll always respawn at the campsite you last activated. Path ahead looks pretty manageable, but better safe than sorry. Yep, I have already right-clicked the pen. Alright. Right-click on an enemy to enter a combat stance. Melee heroes will auto-attack the targeted enemy if they are in front of them, in range while in combat stance. Ranged heroes will not auto-attack their targets at all. To proceed, kill the orc on the path ahead using your auto-attack. Alright. Let's go. Oh, Fox, I'm in the right place. If I wasn't working, I'd be playing Monster Hunter. Yeah, me too. I'd be playing Monster Hunter today too, but you know what? This stream, I'll be playing Monster Hunter on stream on Sunday, and I'll be playing some more later tonight. So there'll be plenty of monster hunting to be had. All right, now I've unlocked your first ability, Measured Strike. Hero's ability set defines their playstyle. This is a strong base attack which deals more damage than your auto attack. Using this ability against an enemy will automatically enter you into the combat stance, so you will auto attack your target as well. You can always hover over your mouse pointer over abilities on the ability bar to display a tooltip. One of Helena's key stats is her strength. The higher the stat, the more damage the ability will deal. More advanced abilities use different stats, and we'll look at those soon. For now, let's get back in the fight. Press the hotkey 1 on the keyboard to use Measured Strike a few times against the orc ahead. I'm glad you're here. It's good to be here, friend, and it's good to have you here too. Thank you so much to all of you, for that matter. So one thing that sort of like continues to stand out to me, and I do hope that they fix this or change this at some point, is I genuinely hope they get rid of the Elv UI. I hate this UI. I know it's a perfectly great UI. It's wildly popular amongst World of Warcraft players. And even like a version of it, I believe, is used in Final Fantasy XIV too, I think. It's like, you know, it's completely informative. There was like a version of this similar in Elder Scrolls Online too, actually, I think on it. Like I said, it's functional, it's information, it's informative, it works. I despise the way it looks though. It's so ugly, dude. It is deeply ugly. You have unlocked your second ability, Power Strike. This ability deals much higher damage using Helena's strength stat. but has a cooldown. Limit how often you can use it. Hotkey 2, maximum efficiency. Measure Strike should be used while waiting for Power Strike to come off of cooldown. Alright. None of this is obviously going to be different to me, or unique. This is all MMORPG Play 101. RPG Play 101, frankly. Oh, there we go. But it's good to have this information here and ready, right? I don't hate it. Let's see. First time viewer, I missed the AQ3D stream. Hey, good to see you, Bert Chop. I hope I got that right. Thank you so much for stopping in. Welcome. Okay, let's see next. While you have been using your combat abilities, Helena has been generating combo points. You can have up to 5 unspent combo points indicated by the golden dots. Combo points can be used spent to use powerful abilities like Shield Slam. This new ability will deal huge amounts of strength-based damage to multiple enemies and generate toughness. Toughness is a system unique to Helena that reduces all incoming damage. The higher your toughness, the less damage you'll take. Watch your toughness meter increase when you trigger Shield Slam. It will decay over time, so use it while you have it. Each segment on the toughness meter increases the damage reduction percentage, but your toughness will decay faster every time you take damage. Use Shield Slam to make short work of groups of enemies. Build up combo points with Measure Strike and Power Strike to use Shield Slam as often as you can and increase your toughness. This is a core combat strategy to keep in mind when playing as Helena. Alright. So yeah, that's like the big old, like, taunting maneuver. And of course, like it said, that kind of provides toughness, which increases my defense, which means I get to take down enemies just a little bit faster. There we go. And now we have this person. Hello. Sylvie, a healer, has emerged from hiding to join your party. The healer's role is to prevent their party members from dying by healing lost health, reducing damage taken, and dispelling dangerous effects. Healers are very vulnerable to damage, so try to protect them whenever trouble arrives. Proceed down the path. She will follow. Okie dokie. Whee! Well, rest at this campfire, or set this campfire, I should say. Rest at this campfire. Oh. Rhyme is a damage dealer. Her role is to deal the bulk of the damage to enemies and disrupt enemy tactics before her party is overwhelmed. Damage dealers are vulnerable to attacks and need to be protected by tanks. This is the holy trinity of fellowship. Tanks soak damage, healers keep them healed, and damage dealers deal damage. Each role is crucial, watching the others back and succeeding together. Right now, get the enemies to focus on you. Charging in is what you do. Righto. Hiya! Oh. As a tank, Helena's responsibility is to intervene and protect the group. It's usually done by making sure enemies are attacking you and not your friends. Your taunt ability will draw the orc's aggression to you. All damage tanks deal will draw enemy aggro away from their teammates. Set an enemy's current target. You can see an enemy's current target, rather, while looking at the target portrait next to the health bar in the bottom right. Press hotkey 5 to taunt. Okay. And we're off. Enemies with priority is attacking the first hero that they see. As a tank, it is wise that you initiate fights. Your shield throw ability will deal a lot of damage to several enemies in the group. It's a long-range ability. This is a great way to hurt a lot of enemies at once and initiate fights at the same time. Focus on bringing down the weaker orcs before taking on the larger orc spellcaster. Press and hold press hotkey 4 to use shield throw and lure enemies towards you. Oh, it paused. I love the fact that it like paused mid-swing. Orc spellcaster is healing himself whenever his health gets too low. You won't be able to kill him if he keeps doing this. Some enemies will have their own abilities that they use against you, but abilities can be interrupted. Interruptible abilities appear as a yellow cast bar beneath the enemy's health bar. Yeah, this is a pretty important one. So, like, it was impressed upon me by the developers when I was going through the game that, like spell damage and healing and stuff like that is really, really, really vital to interrupt. That's like one of the core tenets of combat for this game. So Get tutorialed. Get absolutely hecking told what to do. Successful interrupt causes the yellow cast bar to flash red. Time your new bash ability to interrupt that and finish the orc for good. I don't need to use the shield throw. The buttons are not in the places that I would have, but it's fine. This is Tutorial Island. I have to just sort of get through things. Whee. Alright, next one. And I assume we're going to be going into a boss fight here pretty soon, right? I'm guessing that's where this is all leading up to. Here we go. Some enemies are very dangerous. Troll ahead will throw dangerous fireballs at you as you cross the valley towards him. The validity. Excuse me. To survive, we'll need to use your Shields Up ability. This ability immediately grants a lot of toughness and has 2 times charges, so it can be used twice before the long cooldown makes it unavailable. You've also learned the Charge ability. This will help you bridge the gap as you approach enemies from long range. Notice this ability can only be used from 20 yards away. Charge also temporarily stuns your targets. Use the hotkey Shift 4 to use Shields Up. Use hotkey Shift 1 to use Charge. Alright, here we go. Oh, pause. Hold it. Use all of the range of your abilities to slay the troll and the orcs that aid him. Don't forget to pull a threat away from your friends and keep clear of his dangerous slam attacks. Copy that. The fact that there's no music is kind of sad a little bit, but it's fine. There we go. We did it. Huzzah. Tutorial complete. Path to the stronghold is clear. Interact with the treasure chest, collect your reward, and continue your adventure. Goodies. Dev should throw in a gag of an entire character grabbing your hand and pulling you through the tutorial. Or like as opposed to like pausing my character from doing her attacks, like it does that pause, but then like you see like a finger like just push against her lips and be like, shh, hang on a second. Good luck here. Good luck, hero, rather. The real journey begins. You can access a quick guide for any hero from the escape menu. Alright, so Helena is the character I've always played. Mako is a monk, but also a tank, which is really fascinating, but I don't feel comfortable or confident doing any of that. And I kind of want to see what its life is like as a DPS in this game. I've always played the tank characters, and I don't feel confident enough to, excuse me, to be a healer. So I sort of think like I should be a DPS, and I'll probably be your bog standard little giant elf-eared caster character. Let's see how this goes. It's a very possible, it is extremely possible that the queues will be extremely long as a result, but we'll see how it goes. Alright. I have no equipment other than the basic stuff that I've already got. So really it's just a question of like just heading right into things, right? So let's see. Oh yeah, there was a test dummy or a There was a test dummy somewhere. Hang on a second. Around here? Maybe not. There it is. Well, I had it, but now it's gone away. Where did it go? I had it like targeted, but then it went and disappeared. Am I dumb? I'm probably dumb. Alright. Anyway, let's look at these tooltips then. Frostbolt. Cold Snap triggers anima spikes and generates a winter orb. Interesting. Okay, so this is the builder, this is the spender. Generates an anima per tick with 6 anima when fully channeled. Okay. And then 1 anima per enemy hit up to a maximum of 3 per tick. Alright. This is a dash forward. This is an interrupt, so that's the stop the cast thing. This requires 2 winter orbs, and this requires 3 winter orbs. Okay. I think I have the general idea, as far as I can tell. Oh, here's some dummies. Okay. Let's pick a little fight with a dummy here for a moment. Neat. Alright, so this bar fills up and adds a little pip. Got it. So that burns all the pips. Alright. Winter Orb also grants some... is also a great magic card to play if you want a quick root out of your friendships. Indeed. Alright, so this is like... Oh, that's the interrupt. Okay, right. Kaboom! Dang. Is that a single target? Interesting. Neat. All right. Okay, you know what? Let's see how this goes. In terms of actual real life combat. Welcome to the Game Finder. This is the main way to join groups and get into adventures and dungeons. Quick play is the fastest way to get into a mission and perfect for anyone new to the game. Click play to be matched with up to 3 other players and thrown into a short single boss adventure. Difficulty will be automatically set to the experience and competence of the party. Well then. It's rather presumptuous of you, isn't it? Set the bar low. Anyway, adventures take about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. Quick play can only send you into adventures, so you'll have to unlock Find Game or Host Game to play dungeons. Right. So, I mean, it kind of like bars you from doing too much out of turn, so... This game looks like Dauntless and WoW had a baby. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Visually speaking, you're not wrong. Like, it's very much wearing its inspiration on its sleeve, right? And that's okay. Alright, so... Hiya. I will do the universal greeting, which is to jump. This is an understood language across regions, across countries, across years. Alright, here we go. Or do we not have a tank? Well, here we go. So far, so good. There we go. All right. Nice. That's really cool. Okay, so this is like the first time I've seen this monk tank in action. That's really cool. I dig it. So that little icon next to this person's name here, that allows me to like mark that I've interrupted them. I have them marked, yep, because I had a feeling they were going to have something to be interrupted. There we go. Which, though, I should point out, the that interrupt icon thing, the single smartest decision that this game has going for it, bar none, dude. Seriously, it's so smart. Just got logged in. Is Fellowship a full-fledged MMO? No, it is not. This is a multiplayer co-op dungeon game, dungeon crawling game. The developers refer to it as a massively online dungeon adventure, or a MODA. Which, you know, that's their prerogative to use an entirely new acronym to describe their game. But this is not a pure MMO, no. This is it, you know, it plays and looks like an MMO in terms of its dungeons, right? Which I don't hate by any stretch of the imagination. But it is not a pure MMORPG. Not a real one, so to speak. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, there we go. Alright. The connection was kind of borking out a little tiny bit. It's fine. We're good. Oops, I interrupted my cast. Ow. There we go. Alright, job done. It's interesting, right? This is literally the first real dungeon that I've gotten into. So I can't speak totally for like what it's like. But like honestly, like it's pretty cool. Whoop, gotta get out of the way of that. Okay, there's the boys that I need to focus on. Because those guys cast stuff, and I want to interrupt that stuff. Alright, so I've interrupted one of them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah, well, this is gonna hurt. Ah! Is there any PvP or is this just running dungeons? This is literally just dungeon running Projectilo. That's literally it. The whole game is just running dungeons. That's all there is to it. There's no PvP, there's no like story or levels or anything like that. It's literally just you enter matchmaking and you run dungeons. How long is the open beta? This is running for the length of the Steam Next Fest, so I believe it will wrap up on March the 2nd or the 3rd. But yeah, it's running no longer than Next Fest, the February Next Fest on Steam. All right. So this weekend, you may try it. Yeah, I mean, give it a peek. Provide your thoughts. It's definitely more like an open beta test than a demo of a full release, I should point out. Um, so like sharing your insight and thoughts would, I'm certain, be very, very appreciated. Looks like we might have to break apart. Well, yeah, that's unfortunate because it looks like the healer bailed because we died. Well, it's definitely condensing the PvE MMORPG dungeon running experience. One fail and somebody just runs. Damn. Okay. If that ain't true to the real stuff, man, I don't know what is. That tracks 100%. Yeah, it really does. Oh goodness, that's so funny. All right. Anyway, let's requeue. Okay, I'm back in matchmaking. Looks like. Okay, cool. So I can like there we go. All right, back in the Imperium Sands. Are we just myself and that other person again? I wonder, or just myself and one other? Do we have a full team? We have a full team. Okay. All right. Unless you were short of DPS. That's true. Yeah. Look, the whole thing was basically like angled for us to not do terribly well, but it's fine. Oops, I wasn't targeting somebody. Okay. Well, definitely seems a whole lot easier with a full team so far. Imagine that. Yeah, okay, that is the AoE one. Okay, that's what I thought. Just wanted to be sure. There we go. All right. I should probably be paying attention to the arrows being fired at me. That would be smart, eh? Yay. All right. Good stuff. Whee. Oops, I was on cooldown. Whoopsie. Nice. All right. So far, so good. The healer very much would like to go right now. Oh, look at that pull. Okay. Tasty pull. Good stuff. That was a really good pull. I like that. Nicely done. All right. Okay, I'm going to continue to follow the monk in whatever it is that they are doing. And now it looks like we are probably going to attack these boys. Yep. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty bog standard, like, caster class. There's nothing really too remarkable or unremarkable. It's fine. It does its job. Oh, here come some more boys. Yeah, this is all right. It's a little it's fine. I'm not hating my time here so far. There we go. All right, nicely done. Okay, easy, quick kill. All right. I like the little trail of flowers this person is leaving behind. It's pretty cute. All right, here we go. We maybe want to stay out of the way of this dude's huge swings, just in case. So the Torchlight people made this. Oh, there's a friend. I got a friend. Hey, friend, how are you? There we go. Whee. All right, I believe this is our boss room. Gravebreaker Brutes. Maybe this isn't a boss. Nope. You know what? This is not a boss. This is just another. This is just another dude. All right, let's go. Oh, here come some more boys. This is about to get very zesty very quick. I had a feeling. I'm gonna need to change targets here in a minute. There we go. Whoa, that guy went flying. There we go. Healer overtime, indeed. Well, they did actually say in the chat, I believe that's our healer, that they were asking for a little more aggression from the tank, so now they're getting it. Accidentally, but they're getting it. There we go. Nice. There we go. I'll just turn that off and there. Nobody has to worry about this stuff anymore. Oh, I was worried those were gonna be out of line of sight, but we're good. Nice. All right, onward. Oop. Campfire. This is an interesting. It's like a tunnel, but it's also like it's laid out a little bit like it's an open field. Or it looks similar to an open field, like I'm gonna focus on this acolyte here, just to kind of burn that down as fast as I can. Okay, he did. Good stuff. There we go. Nice. Something told me I needed to interrupt that. Didn't like I deeply disliked the casting animation there. Oh wait, that's just his regular spells. Alright, nice. Okay, so that guy had like normal spells. I interrupted a completely normal spell. That was a little unnecessary, but it's fine. Oh, hello. Ow. Stop it. Stop being hurty. Ah. Oh, what do we got here? Gloom Scythe. Neat. So we're sneaking around these boys? Yeah, it looks that way. That is not interruptible. Oh wait, I was targeting the wrong guy. Okay, that... I get interrupted. Okay, there we go. That's another one of those spells that seemed like it was important to interrupt. I am going to point out that, like, whether a spell is important to interrupt or not isn't immediately clear. I just sort of am taking my best guess, which, you know, that's not wrong, I don't think. But also at the same time, whoops, ow. It does make me worry that I'm, like, wasting my one interrupt ability, right? Anyway, looks like we're moving along. Excuse me. Our healer has a case of the zoomies, I'm sensing. Oh no, there's a little boy on me. Okay, this is fine. There we go. Okay. Nice. Okay. That could have been worse. Could have been better, but it could have been worse. Alright. This Nightbound Magi probably needs to be paid attention to. Nice. Okay. Couple of split groups here. Yeah, so far so good. This isn't like terribly like this isn't like really like hard to understand for the most part. This makes sense, you know, everything is about what I would expect it to be for this kind of game, for an MMORPG dungeon experience. It's all very familiar. There we go. Hug a wall, save a raid. Or not. Okay. Here we go. There we go. All right, nice. Oops, wrong person. I should be interrupting or targeting this dude. That was my mistake. There we go. Oops. I walked before my cast was finished. Whoopsie. I accidentally assumed that there was a server tick rate like in 14, so I like moved at the wrong time. There we go. All right. Okay, yeah, we're almost at the actual final fight, it looks like. Very nearly to it. If I had to guess. All right, these Reavers are the ones that we have to interrupt, don't we? I think. Maybe not. You know what? I think it's it's that guy we should probably interrupt. Whoopsie. That was a mistake. Okay, that's fine. Now we know. There we go. That's the thing we had to interrupt, that shadow explosion ability. Okay. Alright, we're learning, we're learning, we're learning. We dig it. We stand learning in dungeon runs. There we go. Nice. What level are you? I am level 1? Question mark? I'm pretty low level, basically. Ultimately, I'm just a new little guy, just a little nooblet. Oh, are we attacking these guys? Okay. Alright, we can dig it. Let's go. But yeah, this is literally the first dungeon that I've run. I ran the tutorial, and I've run the first, and I've run this dungeon. I was in the same dungeon earlier, but like when we wiped out to at one time, like the healer split, and I had to reset or requeue. So you know. Oh, that's why we kill this, because there's a campfire here. Cool. All right. All right. This looks like the boss room to me. That looks like a boss. I mean, I'm just gonna go out on a whim, kind of guess that's probably a boss. Oh, interesting. That like tracks the with the tank. And in. Okay, and out. I'll have to kill these things as fast as possible. There we go. A whole lot of AoE is going off. It's always a good time for a class that like plants their feet in the ground and doesn't move. Whoop. Alright, mechanics wise, this isn't too hard. This is pretty chill. Whoop. Nice. Alright. Yay! First dungeon clear. Whee! Cool. I got goodies. I have to say GG to the team. Just, you know, just gotta be nice. Gotta be kind. And that was alright, you know. As a very first dungeon experience, that wasn't too bad. Appreciate the team, appreciate the mechanics. I appreciate that this was sort of like a nice little taste of the whole thing, and I got disconnected. I wish there were more characters of 6, like a choice between main ranged and melee DPS. Yeah, it does look interesting. Yeah, it right now has like 6 characters, but I believe the plan. I'm trying to remember if they actually said, if the developers said how many they wanted to have at launch. Let's see. I I'm not kind of like skimming through my stuff, and I don't believe I remember or have that information immediately on. But it's definitely going to be more than 6, and they do want to like keep on adding characters and stuff. So Yeah. 2 tanks, 2 healers, and choice between a ranged and melee DPS. Yeah. It's it's okay. You know what? It's not bad. I obviously am not able to like gauge how the whole game is like. You know what I mean? Like I only have had like one dungeon experience. Oh hey, here we go. Look at that. I was already queuing up for something else. Sweet. All right. So this is the Sailor's Abyss. Let's see how this goes. Figured out a new character may be paywalled. Possibly? I don't think so, though. They are going to do a box price. They're not... This isn't going to be a free-to-play game or a subscription or anything like that. I believe the idea is to do a box price with a cosmetics shop. So, you know. Take that how you will. Oops, I wasn't targeting. And I didn't get a chance to put on my gear, now that I think on it. It's fine. And some new heroes will be paywalled, same with the expansions of new dungeons and mechanics. We'll see. I mean, this is still being developed. Ideally, you know, they won't paywall too much. But I also appreciate, you know, the game gotta make money, right? So, we're still very early days out to see what they're gonna do. But, you know, hurry up. Alright, looks like we're going for this guy first. Whoops. I attacked the wrong enemy. Wow, that was dumb. That was very silly of me. Crap. I'm messing up. I'm absolutely biffing it right now. Just gonna keep my distance. Okay, there we go. Drawing those boys all together. Good stuff. Nice. Good, good, good. There we go. Nice. Oh, the river actually had like physics. It was actually pushing me towards the waterfall. That's hilarious. I was not ready for that. Okay, well, surprise. Water physics. How dare the river actually be a river, as opposed to just a flat plain with a different animation. Can't believe it. Something tells me I needed to interrupt that ability, and I don't know. There we go. What? So far, so good, man. This is okay. I will say that the mage class is kind of standard, but you know that's to be expected. It's not really like rocking the boat too much, right? I kind of expected it would be very typical. Whoa, that's a lot of boys. All right, right into the breach, hey? Okay, here we go. Well, all right. It looked more intimidating than it actually was. It was still pretty cool, though. Any boss yet? Not in this dungeon, no. We did defeat the boss of the Empyrean Sands dungeon that we were just in. But, that's about it. That boss fight was pretty okay. You know, not the mechanics weren't hard to read. Wish that the heroes had more to them other than a spec from a class from World of Warcraft. Yeah, I do look forward to when the developers will be able to like kind of make their own unique spins on the Holy Trinity tropes that they have put together so far. There we go. Is a mage an ice spec? Pretty much, yeah, effectively. This is basically a frost mage. In no uncertain terms. So, are we going to draw them both over then, or... Nope, just these... Okay, good pull. Nice pull, nice pull. Excellent. So we hug the wall, as is right and just. Uh-oh. Whew, that was close. Whoa. That was extremely close. Yikes. The tank is a monk. Yeah, the tank is a monk. The tank is, they're a monk. Well, I mean, the healer died, but everybody else lived, so we'll call that a win. A dirty win, but it's still a win. Now we just have to wait for the healer to come here before we engage. There they are. Okay, cool. Alright. Healer is back, and we are off. That's not the interrupt. We want the explosion attack. That's the one we have to interrupt. That's the one. Nice. Okay. Alright, so which way are we going now? I mean, there's really technically only one real way that we should go for the boss. I mean, looks like we're heading this way. Okay. Nice. Okay. One down. Okay, this is the one we want to focus on. There we go. That's the interrupter. Oops, I used my AoE and I shouldn't have done. I should have used my single target. There we go. Good work, good work. Alright. Synthara. Neat. Yeah, the snake lady. Does everyone get a mount or only healer? No, everybody does get a mount. I just haven't bothered to like get on my own mount. But everybody does get a mount. It's not a healer specific. Oops. That should have been interrupted. That was alright. No, lesson learned. Oh. Yay! Oh, that knocked me off of the dam. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh, I bet you what I need to do is I need to, like, throw myself against this thing. Probably. Alright. Well. That's interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. I kind of dig on that. Okay. I appreciate that, like, it's got just like, this boss actually has some interesting mechanics to it. That's pretty cool. Now, this is a siren song, so. Oh, I bet you need to like tie yourself to the mast so that way, kind of like in the old, is it the Odyssey or Iliad? One of those extremely old classic epics, where you had to like, he like tied himself when he was being, the Iliad. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. So you had to like tie yourself to the mast so that way you don't get drawn off of the edge by the siren song. That's cool. That's so cool. I really dig on that. Yeah. Clickable to tie self to the pole. Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, I read that correctly. Huzzah! For once, the Iliad, reading the Iliad actually has like some benefit. I dig it. That's so cool. Genuinely, that is really neat. Now, can I interrupt that scream of hers, I wonder? No, I cannot. Whee! Oops, I think I just killed our... It's fine. Oh, damn it. Oh, I angled myself the wrong way. That's fine. It's alright. Live and learn, dude. Or die and learn in this case. Oh, so those do go away. Those are ghosties. So you're right. Yeah, we do have to like tie ourselves to the pole. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. All right. Okay. Again, we're learning. We're learning. We're learning. If you're coming here expecting me to know how everything is going to work the first time here, you need to close your browser immediately, y'all. It's just, it ain't gonna happen, man. That is not how this is gonna play out. I'll try this game over the weekend. Hey, right on. Good luck. Have fun. What an interesting fight, though. This is actually unique, and this is one of the things that I really dig on the game when I was checking it out before. Was like the boss mechanics do new things. They're very, very interesting. So like there's some unique mechanics to these fights, and it's really cool. Like that first boss fight was pretty substandard, right? Pretty basic, you know, avoid the AoEs, excuse me, kill the ads. Nothing really remarkable. Pardon me. But this one's a little more involved. I dig that. Very cool. But it's so cool though, genuinely using the pole as like as a way to like stop from being knocked back. That's really cool. That's extremely inventive. It looks like we're going to be carried through, but that's alright. I'll take it. Absolutely good show from our tank and our healer. Nice. Couldn't help myself and have a little 13-year-old there. Anyway. Okay. That was great. That's really cool. Yay. I will say the folks that I've interacted with so far mostly been pretty chill. I mean, you know, it's low level stuff, so it's also open beta. None of this is ultimately going to matter, right? So, but yeah, neat, not bad at all. All right, I think that's going to be it for my stream for today of this game. But yeah, it's okay. So obviously, I can't answer all of the questions that I have, all of the concerns that I harbor with regards to how the community is going to play, particularly on the higher levels. I mean, I've only done 2 dungeons. That's not enough to get the full measure. But at least from the very, very jump, I will say that's a pretty positive experiences so far. I do hope that, you know, people remain chill, not hyper competitive, not gatekeepy. And, of course, I definitely do wish Chief Rebel the best of luck in this one. I continue to remain intrigued and curious about this one. But I still think that like a lot of the questions can only be answered after this long period of testing and more open, much longer and more open testing happens too. Anyway, that is going to be it for today's stream. Thank you incredibly much to everybody for hanging out. We hope you'll come in for some more streams for the rest of the week. Later on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, MJ is going to be live with some Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. If you're not sure what that is, you should tune in to find out. It's a very, very cool and quirky looking game. On Saturday, March 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern, it is Sandbox Saturday with MJ. It's usually when she plays a sandbox, survival sandbox game of some kind. Those are always a cool, good time. And then on Sunday, March the 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern, I will be joining my family and friends for some Monster Hunter Wilds, so we hope you will tune in for all of that. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And as always, thank you to everybody for all of the support you provide to Massively Overpowered, whether you are watching our streams live or on demand, reading what we had to write on the website, or if you're doing generous things like donating bits to the channel, subscribing to the channel, whitelisting the ads on the site, or if you're one of our amazing Patreon supporters. No matter what you do, top to bottom, you're the fuel that keeps Massively OP going. Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze there. We'll see you later tonight. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye!